Hey Capricorn, this is going to be your career and money reading for the month of April. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with every single Capricorn. If it does resonate with you, wonderful, but if it doesn't, please feel free to check out your moon or rising sign. I've already shuffled the deck. I just need to cut it, and we'll jump in and see what we got for you. Clear and concise message for Capricorn, career and money. Let's see what we've got going on with you for the month of April and see what your messages are. Okay, Capricorn. Right off the bat, you've got a lot of stagnant energy. I feel like a lot of you just don't know which way to go, what you want to do. Let's jump into, I'm going to start your spread with your constant for the month, which is the Seven of Cups. That's a card of a lot of confusion. Can also represent options, right? You could be weighing a lot of options, and that may be why you're kind of in this confused energy. But I feel like now this is what's going to affect you throughout the month. I feel like there's something that you do not understand, or you don't understand which way to go, which decision to make. And that's going to kind of permeate the month for you. And it kind of makes sense, because looking at what you got here as your present energy for April, you've got the Eight of Swords. That's definitely an energy, that's a mental energy of feeling very, very trapped. Not knowing which way to go, and allowing your thoughts to impede your progress, really, is what the Eight of Swords is, because you're putting yourself in a mental prison here. For some of you, it's just you're weighing too much. You have too many options. Some of you just have too many irons in the fire. You're doing too much when it comes to either you're doing too much on your job, you're taking on too many tasks. Others of you, if you are in business for yourself, you're wearing too many hats. There's not enough people helping you. You're trying to take on everything yourself. I feel like, or you're weighing a lot of different things and which direction to go, which vendors to use, which products or services that you want to eliminate, which ones you want to start to include. There's a lot of things that are kind of running through your mind when it comes to business or your career. And I feel like it's really putting you in this energy of stagnation. You don't know which way to go here. It's interesting because the way you view it is the Four of Pentacles. You know that this energy is holding you back from something. You can sense that, you know that. The Four of Pentacles talks about greed. I feel like also for a lot of you, especially for those of you in business, I feel like you're just, you're scared to kind of pull the trigger on something when it comes to making a business decision. You're holding back. You're not ready to invest with the Four of Pentacles and this Eight of Swords energy. There's something you're not ready to invest in. You're not ready to put your money into, to pledge some kind of financial resources to. You're not ready. You don't feel confident in that clearly based on this spread. And that's causing some confusion for you. It's interesting because with the Four of Pentacles, you have the money, you have the resources. You're not ready to let it go yet. And I feel like what's interesting is that even though you're in this energy, and a lot of times I tell people to kind of, this is a lot of times this energy that you want to break. And of course you don't want to, allow your thoughts to impede your action in areas where you need to move forward. But what's interesting enough is that I feel like the confusion and the stagnation is helping you, to be honest. I feel like it's actually a good thing for you, because the action that is calling on you to take is the Nine of Rods. That's a card for me. That's like your be careful card. Go watch what's going on. Watch your surroundings card. Pay attention. That's that card for me. It talks about kind of like the anticipation of what's coming up, what's next, what are the pitfalls? And I feel like there's some energy that you still need to be doing that. I feel like what's so interesting is, sometimes that confusion energy and the energy of overanalyzation is very detrimental, really a weakness. But in this particular situation for you this month, I think it's working towards your benefit. I really do. I really, really do. Because it's calling on you to be careful. With the Knight of Cups here as what needs to change, that's really interesting for me. I feel like there is a person involved. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. For some of you, it could be like a son that's involved in either business with you, or it's helping you with something. Or it could just be someone who you care about, or someone who's very who has an emotional tie to either your business, the goal you're trying to reach, or someone who you have some kind of emotional tie to. And for this person to appear in what needs to change, I feel like now that I'm seeing this, I feel like some of you are working with someone who you care about, and I feel like maybe this person wants to be integrated even more into the business, and you're not sure if that's what's best, and so you're holding back. You could be someone who isn't sure about bringing someone else, like a son, daughter, anyone, into what you're doing. I also feel like for some of you that there's someone here where you know that the only reason you're working with them is because you like them, not necessarily that they're great at what they do. I'm not saying they're horrible at it, but I feel like for some of you, you're holding on to someone. Some of you could be remaining at a job because you like the people, right? Or a particular person, remaining in a department because you like a person there, your friends there. Some of you could be working with a particular contractor that you've done a lot of work with in the past, that you've developed this affinity for, but their work isn't that great. I mean, you could be getting better work, I'll put it that way. So I really feel like this month is kind of calling on you to look at the people around you, at situations that you feel emotionally tied to, but aren't necessarily a benefit for you when it comes to financially or moving forward financially. In the past position of what's impacting this, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of like a card of destiny and cycles. I feel like for some of you, especially if this is a person and not an energy, it's not like a job that you just really like, but it's not necessarily the best job for you, doesn't pay the best, but you just, you like the people there. If it's not something like that, I feel like, I'll say this. When I see this card in this position, just with your spread, I feel like this is saying that one cycle's run its course and it's time for a new cycle. Honestly, I feel like for a lot of you, you've known there's a cycle that needs to end, and you've known it with this Wheel of Fortune coming up in the past position and what's kind of impacting you. And I get it, you're confused and you're not sure if you're ready for this cycle to end, because maybe you really love it. Some of you really maybe just love something that you do, but it's not making you the money that you want, or it's not fulfilling in another way. It's not what's best for your family or something like that. And it's time for you to kind of close out that cycle, maybe stop putting as much energy into that and start putting energy into something new. And it's a little difficult for you to let it go. But let's talk about your outcome card, because I think this is great, especially coming off a lot of this energy. You got the Three of Cups here. And this is about friendship, camaraderie, teamwork, team building, being in a a loving situation that's great for your growth, right? With the Three of Cups energy. We talked about reunions, get-togethers. I think that for one, I think it's going to be very, I see for a lot of you that there's something, there's some kind of get-together where you're going to either get together with this person that you care about, and I feel like you're going to be able to kind of hammer out a better understanding of what position that they can play, if any, in either your business or your job, a team that you're working on. And what's so great about it is I feel like you and this person are going to, I feel like it's going to be a positive outcome whichever way you go. If you decide that you don't want to work with them in this capacity, I feel like, you know, if it's a contractor that you're just not going to continue to work with in one capacity, I feel like it's going to be an amicable split with this Three of Cups energy. And I feel like there may be other projects that they could work with you on. I'm also feel like what's going to be great for you is I feel like you're going to, there's something about being around some people and in a communal way that's going to kind of reassure you in a sense of where you should be investing and where you shouldn't be. I feel like that you're going to get some kind of information from some kind of group setting. Some kind of event. It could even be a family get together, but someone's going to say something here that's going to, almost as if it's breaking the chains for you mentally, and it's going to kind of free you up to feel like, okay, I feel like I know what decision to make, and if I need to kind of hold back from involving this particular person in this particular project, you're going to get reassurance, I feel like, from friends, co-workers, people who are in your industry, people that you work with. They're going to reassure you that this decision that you're making potentially to kind of take a step back and reevaluate some business relationships is going to be the best thing for you. So I hope that was helpful and provided a little bit of clarity for you, and I'll talk to you soon.